Nasa linya natin ngayon si political analyst Edmond Tayaw. Magandang gabi sa iyo, Professor Tayaw.
Magandang gabi, George. Magandang gabi sa ating mga tagapanood.
Prof, ano kaya itong factors kung bakit bumaba ang ratings ng Pangulo at tumaas naman sa Vice Presidente?
Alam mo, I have mixed reactions, no, as far as looking at the numbers. Kasi yung sinasabi nila na there is this what's this sympathy support. If you are going to look at the candidates of former President Duterte and Vice President Sara, actually umangat man sila, wala pa din sila doon sa Magic 12 eh. So the improvement in their numbers have not been that significant. Of course, with the exception of incumbent Senator Bongo, no, and nagna-number one sa mga survey. Well, of course, there are other factors to consider as far as Senator Bongo is concerned. In fact, it's interesting to take note that even those critics of former President Duterte, and there are notable critics of former President Duterte, including some political analysts. Ang lumalabas, hindi nila kinikriticize si Senator Bongo. Nawawala yung mga issue na lumabas sa kanya. So parang ang lumalabas dito talagang may strategy, no, to save Senator Bongo from the backlash or negative issues, no, that has been raised against the former president. But by and large, if we're going to look at the senatorial surveys, parang ang nasa Magic 12 lang ay si Senator Bongo and also incumbent Senator Bato de la Rosa. Now, of course, iba naman yung pagbagsak ng numbers ni President Marcos. Of course, we can also say that to a certain extent this has something to do with the backlash of the arrest of the former president Duterte. But take note, no, that if we're going to look at the numbers of President BBM compared to previous presidents during the midterm, mataas-taas pa din siya, no? Kasi nasa 20%, nasa 25% pa din yung kanyang approval rating. And I'm inclined to think that we'll still see whether some other surveys, no, will also reflect the same numbers. Now, as far as the numbers of the vice president is concerned, I don't know kung gaano yung margin of error, ano, but if the margin of error is about 3%, the increase in the numbers of the vice president has been marginal at best, no? Kasi plus or minus kasi yung margin of error. So sa madalit sabi, pag sinabi mong 3% yung margin of error, para maging significant yung increase or decrease, it should be more than double the margin of error, so more than 6%. So from 59 to 52, from 52 to 59, to my mind, that's still marginal. So hindi ko makita exactly kung ganon ka-significant yung factor ng arrest ng dating Pangulong Duterte. So the only idea that I have in mind, no, calling from all these numbers and reflecting on the developments of events, mixed reaction ang publiko, mixed reaction ng tao, no, pagdating dito sa pag-aresto sa dating Pangulong Duterte.
Prof, gusto ko nga po sanang
hindi ko ma-account entirely na yun lang yung factor kasi hindi nagre-reflect doon sa ibang factors, no, including yun nga sa senatorial slate.
How about the issue on the economy, sir, at mga iba pa? Hindi ba mga factors ito na bahagi ng messaging ng Vice President at ng iba pang mga kaalyado nila laban sa current administration?
Oo, kasama talaga yan, George. Kasi talagang talagang kumbaga grabe ang social media and this all kinds of we've been monitoring it at peers, no, in our firm, we're monitoring all activities, and there's even a shift, no, from before, if much of the activities or much of the virality and much of reactions from the public, negative or positive, is in Facebook or in X, or formerly Twitter. Ngayon sa YouTube mo mas nakikita, mas maraming activities doon, and mas maraming lumalabas na mga pronouncements doon, no, na hindi naman lumalabas sa mainstream media. No, that's why we've been constantly reminding the public, you think before you click, no? Kasi the measure of the reliability of any pronouncement is, if it came out in the social media, somehow it should also find its way in the mainstream media, and vice versa. Kaso ang mga tao, dahil mostly social media talaga, pag nakita nila sa feed nila, feeling nila yun na yun eh. No, hindi na nila dino-double check. Kaya ang tendency, naniniwala ka agad na ay ganito pala ang nangyayari, no? So malaking bagay talaga yung ang tawag dito, yung matinding operation ng fake news.
Prof, nabanggit mo kanina na historically naman talaga sa mga pangulo, pababa ang ratings niyan hanggang papadulo ng kanilang termino. Pero
Yes,
sa tingin mo
that's
ba
right.
may paraan pa para makarecover itong si Pangulong Marcos?
Oo naman, nakita natin yan as far back as FVR's time, even the very negative approval rating of former President GMA, naging siso din yon, no? Kahit papaano, kahit negative, umaangat, bumababa din, no? And we've also seen this as far as the late President Noynoy Aquino, and even in the presidency of ERAP. So there's still time. Anyway, lalo na pagka hindi naging successful yung gustong mangyari ng kalaban nila na magkaroon ng EDSA at matanggal ang Pangulong Marcos, meron pang 3 taon no, na tinitingnan to improve the numbers of the president. Take note, George, no, and our countrymen should also understand that never in our history where the president always enjoyed higher numbers than the vice president or other officials in government. The reason being is, whether we like it or not, the focus of the public is on the president, and everything that's happening in the country, negative or positive, sa presidente yan tinitingnan ng tao. Kaya natural yan, no? So it's just a question again of communications, no, how to counter fake news. Last and definitely not the least, George, we're also, again, no, I've mentioned earlier, we're monitoring in our firm, we're monitoring the operations, no, in social media. And we found out that the sources of fake news is not just limited to the Philippines, by the way. No, there's interested foreign there's foreign interest, no, that's also involved in the concerted effort to discredit the government.
Mas nakakabahala nga yan, Prof. Pero panghuling tanong po siguro, ano, paano po kaya makakaapekto itong mataas na approval rating ni VP Sara sa kinakaharap naman niyang impeachment trial sa Senado po?
Nakita naman natin how I don't know whether the word is careful or the word is indecisiveness, no, on the part of the Senate, no, that they had to sort of delay the whole process, no, and lalo na ngayon talagang nagtagal na, no, so talagang hinihintay na yung next Congress to open. Ang problema natin diyan, George, hindi ko alam kung ilan pa ang maiiwan na abogado na magiging senador, no? Mukhang ang mga mananalo, hindi ko alam kung alam nila kung anong trabaho ng pagiging senador. So, yun ang nakakabahala dito. So, more than the impact of the numbers of the Vice President, I'm more concerned really with the fitness and the capacity of of the coming composition of the Senate.
Alright, sige, maraming salamat po, political analyst Edmond Tayaw.